Some foreign friends said today, be courageous, be strong. While armies gang me. Do you know how many years I've been ganged by armies? The only thing keeping me going is God. God kept me going. And my spirit friends from the grave. But it comes to a point to where the devil has to be held accountable for his crimes. And when I went and had my test done today, they were talking about how soft I was, and then they were saying that I even have a what did they say? A quiet heartbeat. I've been soft, but I've been strong. And the nuns at the convent used to tell me I was stronger than all the nuns. And that's what my friend used to always say. And I never saw myself as strong. And I would tell them, the saint was saying this. A saint. And I hope she can be canonized someday. But she was known for her miracles. And when I have bloodthirsty people come up to me and brag about attacking me with weapons, I think we're living in two different worlds. When I was a little girl, I had a wonderful grandpa. And he wore cowboy boots and he always had a gun. That man was short, but my God, he would have stood up to Godzilla. He defended ladies so gutsy. He wore a cowboy hat. One time, this guy, he went to give him a ride in the Day of the Hitchhikers. The guy pulled a gun on him. My papa was quicker. He pulled a gun on him. He took him to the police station and said, hey, I was giving this guy a ride, but he pulled his gun on me. They wanted to get my papa, who never had a criminal record, for carrying a gun and let the bad guy go. My papa was not scared, but he would always defend ladies. Now, I know what genuine men are about. But when I have these guys, sometimes skull shirts or deer antlers or looking like big hunters or dressed in black or having a black hood, accost me, make me pee blood for 4 years. And the doctors had to scope me and stuff because they were attacking my bladder. Tore my spine. It was visible on MRI. When I'd had MRI the year before, it was not torn. Tore my back. Threatened me and try to intimidate me if I try to walk at the track. Point something in my eyes and blind me out in public. Knock me out behind the wheel of the car and make me have a car accident. Don't talk to me about strength. You haven't endured any of this. You say you're going to make me evil. You want this demon to come out of me. You're crazy. I've been soft-hearted my whole life. I don't care what kind of weapons you got. Now you're sending me the picture today of a picture of an insane asylum door and saying, guess what's next? You want to make this inner demon come out in me? I don't believe in suicide, but I know that God wouldn't let that happen. And I know that for some reason, I don't know what it is, you're going to get yours in the end, but you're being allowed to do this for a short amount of time before you perish, and God does show you his wrath, and God does take you into hell. I just think that from my own suffering, because God has been too accurate in his predictions and always let me know several steps ahead of this group and what you're doing. Softness is in godliness. I'm keeping my softness. I'm only ever angry if I'm provoked. I was born a soft soul, and that soul I'll keep. You've been tearing it to shreds because you think if you can shock me enough, violate me enough, do horrible things to my body, even destroy my mind, you think you can make me go somewhere dark. No way. I've got more intelligence. And if I was stupid, I would never think like you. It's not my soul. My soul will stay soft. My heart will stay pure. My love is strong. And it always will be. And that's why I will never look at people again who have condemned me and chased me and told me to wake up to slay and to stalk people and be violent. No. I was a little girl that asked my parents when I was very young why people were dumb enough to kill people in war. And I was always told in elementary school the government puts a gun in their hand and they have to do what the government says. And I'm like, bullshit, it's murder's murder. You can't draw a line and excuse it. Then if you can excuse murder, you can excuse anything. I was telling teachers that before 4th grade. I already had the world figured out. I remember a teacher used to try to teach me history and stuff. I'd say, no, I'm not going to memorize this. I can't. I had a built-in intuition. And they'd ask me why. I said, because you weren't there. Most of this stuff in these history books isn't true. And I'm not going to remember something that isn't true, because then my brain is going to absorb it and it'll be stuck in my head forever. And I am so close to God, I can't live a lie. I can't live a lie. I went through that from elementary school on through high school. I was different. And if a teacher would give me an assignment, I would have to know the facts, the truth, and everything, or my heart and mind couldn't ingest it. And I remember in 4th grade, before I knew anything about the Illuminati or anything, the teacher gave us an assignment and we could do this wonderful project with art posters and spend a few weeks on it and research any country that we wanted in the world. And I was the only one that picked Egypt. And I remember I was the kid that took a bus downtown just to go see the mummies in the local museum. We had a mummy. And then when I was at the Louvre, I saw the mummies. And I went to New York just to go to the Smithsonian Institute. Smithsonian's Washington. I went to New York to go to the, see, they wiped my brain out. I know that museum. I know, in New York City. And it had hieroglyphics. And I went there just to see that collection. And you see, they wiped my brain out. I've always known that. It was in the Metropolitan Museum, I believe, but it's gone. That part of my brain is just sliced away, gone. They're doing more of it all the time because I resist them. So I went to the Smithsonian, and I spent 2 days looking at the mummies there. And I've always been drawn to mystical things that people don't know about. And I think in a lot of my writing, I opened doors. And they've used everything I created, everything. Even my idea of when I was traveling on my way to Egypt, and I was in the Mediterranean, we were at sea, the last day of sea on the way to Egypt before we got into Alexandria. I'd already wrote a story about an alien artifact falling from the sky into the sea, and I'd already envisioned a palace that was under the Sea of Alexandria in my mind, and I had already seen all these tombs and things under the sand deep in Egypt. I got back home and I discovered a month later they had dug up a temple right outside Alexandria. God has always shown me things through a higher power. And you tried to use me and abuse me and just destroy me, but there is a higher power talking, and I also do believe that He will protect me from here on out, because I'm shutting all of you out. I'm not going to let fear get to me. If it kills me, it kills me. If you kill me, you kill me. I will never let anyone interfere between my world and God again. I will I will always put walls around me and God. And I'm sorry I ever let you in my world.